Coming up, the winter sports season comes to a close with lots of Terriers finishing best in show. We cook up some tasty treats that are a real slam dunk. And we catch up with some BU hockey alums who are back to class to finish what they started. Women's rowing has oars in the water, and it's our moment on BU Terriers Unleashed. First stop on today's episode is the Gross Papan Culinary Innovation Lab, which is part of the food studies programs at Metropolitan College.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ethan Acosta. I'm a junior on the men's basketball team.
To Aquosa for the layup!
I'm here with my guy, Chris Douglas, the lead culinary instructor at BU. Chris, what are you going to be doing today?
We're going to make some breakfast. We're going to make some overnight oats first, then we're going to make some cottage cheese pancakes. These are both simple, easy recipes.
Let's do it.
So the overnight oats, a few cups of oats, raisins, dates, prunes, apricots, cranberries, just a lot of dried fruit. This adds all the sweetness you need.
Right.
Pumpkin seed, some almonds, chia seed, and some flax seed. You could add coconut if you want. I don't have coconut in this one.
Chris, how'd you get started in the food business?
I'm the oldest of 7 kids. And my mother said, "You are not hanging around the house all summer." She said, "I heard this restaurant just opened. Go in there and ask them for a job." And the chef there let me start to cut up vegetables to make salad. And then I just really loved it. Taught myself how to cook and just kept going to the best restaurant I could until eventually I had 3 restaurants of my own. So.
And the rest was history.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's it. Jar it up. Top that with milk. You let that sit in your refrigerator. It'll swell up like this one. Give that one a try. It's plenty sweet, right?
There's a lot of flavor.
Ethan, how many years are you here at BU?
So I'm a junior right now.
Okay.
As a transfer from Southern New
I
Hampshire.
see. Oh, yeah.
So I just had to come over here for the academics, strong academics.
So is this a dream?
It's a dream, and I'm grateful every day that I'm here. So Chris, what's next?
We're gonna make some cottage cheese pancakes. They're fast and easy. Eggs, cottage cheese, a little bit of flour, a little bit of sugar, and a little bit of salt. I'm gonna show you how to separate eggs first. I'm gonna have you do the rest of the work, all right?
Sounds good.
So I take my egg and I take it on a flat surface and I break it, make a little dimple in it, and then that way I can get my thumbs in there and I can separate it out. I'm gonna take my yolk, lift it out, let the whites fall between my fingers. I'm gonna put the yolk right in there with the cottage cheese. So let's go ahead and break one more. And then take that egg yolk out of there.
Feels weird.
It does feel weird, right? Right in there, and then this one goes in there.
So Chris, what exactly is the Culinary Innovation Lab?
We have a certificate in the culinary arts program here. We also have a professional pastry program here. In this room, we have a class in the morning where we do lectures and demonstrations. And then we have a big kitchen in the back. All afternoon, the students are in a lab cooking, and they cook for about 5 hours, all kinds of stuff. Stir that up. Don't work it too much once the flour's in. A little sugar, a little salt. I'm gonna put you to work now.
Let's do it.
You're gonna whip these egg whites. Every time you put that whisk through with a little bit of speed,
Yeah.
it's cutting up the egg white and putting a little air in there. Here, we'll take turns. So what are you studying here?
So I'm studying psychology
Oh, that's interesting.
on the pre-med route.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. See how this is getting nice and light?
Yeah.
We're gonna keep going just a little bit more till it holds a soft peak. So keep going. Faster. Come on.
It's an arm workout.
But you're too slow, man.
Hurts. What does it take to be a successful chef like yourself?
I think passion, number one, dedication, and then practice. Same basketball, right? If you don't have a passion for it, you don't dedicate yourself to it, you don't practice, that's it.
That's the key to a lot of things.
Sort of mix these two together. See how it's folding together? The egg whites are really what's gonna leaven it.
And the texture already looks softer.
So I've got a little butter on this. These aren't big pancakes. Once these are all on here, what we're gonna look for is a little bubble coming up. That's gonna tell us it's cooking and a little bit dry around the edges.
I really like how the cottage cheese is like integrated inside of it. You can't even see it.
You wanna flip one of these?
Yeah, let's try.
Slide it all the way through. Yeah, there you go, and then you can flip it.
Not
Good
bad.
job. It's as good as me. So I heard you've got a young team this year. That must mean next year you guys come back strong, right?
Oh yeah, of course. You got a little taste of how it feels this year, so next year we're definitely gonna kick down the door and win the championship.
I think we can take these off. Why don't you fix this one up? However you want. We got maple syrup, we've got some strawberry jam, we've got some apricot preserves, and we've got raspberries and blueberries.
That is great. It is really good. I was thinking the overnight oats, but now that I have that, this might have
Well,
to.
you gotta have both.
Yeah, true.
Right? In your pocket. That's the thing about being a chef. It's like you gotta have a lot in your repertoire.
yeah,
You can't just.
exactly.
You gotta have shots, right? You gotta have different shots, different moves.
Chris, I really appreciate what we did this morning. Now I can really tell my mother that I can cook a couple of things.
Absolutely. Well, anytime you want to come by and cook me breakfast, you
So
can do that.
I will.
Up next, we catch up with some BU hockey alums who put their degrees on ice. They're back to class and finishing their education. We'll show you how and why. Don't go anywhere. The Boston University men's hockey team punched their ticket to the Frozen Four for the second season in a row. It was off to St. Paul, Minnesota, where they faced off in the semifinals against the Denver Pioneers. It was a hard-fought, back-and-forth battle that would need overtime to decide a winner. A little over halfway through the first OT, Denver scored, ending a memorable season for the Terriers. On a more positive note, freshman phenom Macklin Celebrini was presented with the Hobie Baker Award, which is given annually to the top NCAA men's hockey player of the year. Celebrini is the fourth BU Terrier in history to win the coveted award. Boston University has long produced some of the best hockey players in the world, which sometimes means the top players often go directly to the NHL before finishing their degree.
To McAvoy, and he scores!
We tell people that if you do leave, in all cases we're talking to them about completing their degree, because that is really important to all of us. We're trying to win games. I mean, we're certainly trying to compete for national championships, and we're trying to win every time we go out on the ice. At the same time, we're trying to do it with great character kids and kids who want to go to school.
Pass over to Pandolfo, he's got time and space. Pandolfo, left side, score!
I didn't finish my final two classes till about 4 years ago. I wouldn't be sitting here today if I didn't have the opportunity to come back and finish the classes. I think that's a great thing at Boston University is the guys that move on early or turn pro, they still have the opportunity to come back and graduate. You never know when your hockey career is going to be done and how valuable the Boston University degree is. So making sure that when they're here, they are getting their schoolwork done, they're taking it serious, they're challenging themselves that way. It's only going to help them when they're done playing hockey. And then some guys after don't go on to play hockey. So it's really important that you're focused on academics when you're here.
Rebound goal! Alex Chiasson wins it!
I was a econ major here. You know, when you've been away for school for 12 years, I think some of the calculus, some of that stuff you forget, but I'm getting back at it.
A shot, score! Chiasson!
Played 12 years in the NHL. I won the Stanley Cup. I've played with some of the best players that will play the game, and you know, this is a special group here, and the hockey community is a special place, definitely.
Rizzo shoots, he scores!
The importance of education. My parents instilled that into me as a young age to get so close. I want to make sure that I finish that. I think that is obviously something I take pride in, but my family as well.
Seeing him shortly after he had signed his contract, I thought I was going to congratulate him for signing, and instead I said, "You're a class short," and he got a little bit sheepish about it. And I saw his father a couple days later, and his father approached me and he said, "I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you kind of mentioned that he owed you a class, and I know he wants to play in the NHL, and I hope he plays in the NHL, but what's really important to me and my family is that he finish his degree."
I'm happy to have Drew in my corner and have him support me and be on me to finish this and get this done. So it's been a long road, but finally at the finish line.
One of the things that is really special about this program is the continuum. Guys who have come to school here, who leave, graduate, play professionally, whatever they do, they stay involved. And we want them to stay involved. It's about a lifelong connection, and they're always welcome back here.
Coming up, BU Women's Rowing has a diverse roster of student athletes who come from all corners of the globe. We'll show you how that diversity is fueling the success of the program. Stay with us. The winter sports season came to a close, and several Terriers had memorable individual title performances at their respective Patriot League championships. For the BU women's swimming and diving team, which posted its best Patriot League finish in 8 years, the Terriers swept the diving events for the second consecutive year, as senior Sumi Cameron defended her title in the 1-meter dive, and junior Sophia Souza repeated as the 3-meter champion. Sumi also earned Diver of the Meet honors for the second consecutive season, and the Terriers placed third in the conference under first-year head coach James Sika. For BU's indoor track and field squad, the Patriot League championships crowned several Terriers with individual achievements. Sophomore Vera Schoberg was awarded the Women's Track Athlete of the Meet and the highest point scorer awards after her gold medals in the mile, the 3,000 meter, and the 5,000 meter. Sophomore Piso Manzane was selected as the Women's Field Athlete of the Meet after winning gold in the long and triple jumps and setting the meet record in the triple. Graduate student Foster Malik led the pack in the mile, running 4 minutes 11.19 seconds for the gold. Sophomore Freddie Collins claimed gold in the 3,000 meter with a time of 8 minutes 2 seconds to break the meet record and set the 10th best mark in BU history. Junior Stephen Franco scored 5,088 in the heptathlon to earn the gold medal and reach the podium for the second indoor season in a row. Long jumper Ryan Rosenberger and weight thrower Ellie Rohn claimed their first ever Patriot League titles. The big news for the nationally recognized BU women's rowing team was the 2023 elevation of Malcolm Doldren to Director of Women's Rowing after 11 standout seasons as the head coach of the lightweight program.
It's really amazing to have 5 decades of women that have come through this boathouse, and it's a testament to the hard work they put in. It's a testament to the hard work of the coaches that were here before me. To be part of this whole BU women's rowing community is just really special for me, and so I'm honored to be the director at this time.
I was super excited to hear over the summer that he was going to be our head coach and that we were getting new coaching staff. He's so driven and he's so particular to detail, which is something that I really value as an athlete. You know, I like to see everything planned. I like to see, you know, why I'm doing this, like what's the scientific reason behind it, how is this going to make me win Patriot League.
One of the ongoing strengths of BU Women's Rowing is its diversity. With student athletes from across the globe, this team is uniquely built for success.
Rowing is actually pretty entrenched in so many different countries, so we get to go there and bring those kids here.
We have so many different athletes from so many different countries that just bring like a whole new level of excellence to the program.
We're stronger by learning through our differences. We learn faster by sharing each other's experiences, our lived experience, our backgrounds, our differences, and that's going to actually make us stronger as a unit.
I first of all love hearing different languages in the boathouse. Some of our teammates bring different perspectives to rowing in the boat and other experience and expertise, which is super valuable for increasing depth and strength across the board.
A perfect example of that strength is sophomore Sophia Suinen, who's come all the way from Adelaide, Australia to row for Boston University.
I talked to a lot of schools and I ended up loving the coaches here in Boston. My parents love Boston as well, so we're like, why not? You know, take a big step and just went here. In Australia it's way hotter obviously, so when I'm rowing in winter it's like I'm wearing my uni and maybe a short sleeve, while here winter is like leggings, pogies, layers, hats. So it's super different. Here it's so great because we have such great boats and such great equipment, and just the boathouse is stunning as well, which is just amazing.
Senior Anna Deckenstreider was born in Germany before moving to the Boston area at a young age. So rowing for the Terriers was an easy transition for her.
Grew up in Brookline and then moved to Alston. Went to CRI down in Watertown. Rowed there for my sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school, and I'm very, very familiar with the area. I took my official visit and was basically biking from practice to campus here.
Anna was part of the Terrier squad for their 2022 Patriot League Championship, an experience she treasures to this day.
They are team wins for sure. Contributing to that and helping the team get over the bump was an amazing experience, incredible. I think I cried a lot that day, but everyone was super happy. And then last year as well, we just came up short from going to NCAAs, but we want to make that right this year for sure.
Rowing crew is one of the most physically demanding sports there is, but for the athletes of the BU women's rowing program, when the team is in sync out on the water, it's a feeling that is unmatched.
Those early, foggy mornings when the water is super glassy and flat, you know exactly what the person is doing in front of you and behind you, and there's not a lot of thinking that goes on anymore in that moment. You kind of hit that flow state, and that's key to success.
It feels like you're floating on a cloud, you're going hard, but you can't even feel it. You're just one boat. You're not just one girl, you're 9 girls all together. It's just so amazing. It's so rewarding. It makes, all the countless hours that we put into this, worth it, in that second. It's just, it's incredible. We're all very driven, I guess. Getting pipped at Patriot League last year was definitely a disappointment, and so we have that underdog mentality, we want to win it so badly this year.
1, 2, ace!
This institution attracts so many great young people to come and learn and train. It's really a phenomenal place, and so we've got all of the resources that we need to be that top 10 program year after year.
Up next, it was a strong finish for both the men's and women's basketball teams. We'll take a look at both playoff runs when BU Terriers Unleashed returns. Boston University Athletics continues to upgrade and improve all of their athletic facilities. In August, New Balance Field got a complete resurface, as well as a restructure of the field and concourse subsurface, in addition to waterproofing enhancements. For the first time since the facility opened in 2002, the multi-use sports surface in the track and tennis center was fully resurfaced. Considered one of the fastest tracks in the world, it was unveiled at the beginning of the 2023-24 school year. Nickerson Field also got a facelift, as a new track surrounding the field was completed last summer. And the Terrier softball team played their home opener last month on a new-look diamond. As part of Phase 2 renovations, the field has 1,000 feet of new fencing and padding, a new backstop, slick dugouts, and it's all anchored with a state-of-the-art video board that was part of the Phase 1 renovation back in 2020. The BU men's basketball team flipped the calendar from January to February, and the Terriers went on a run.
Oh my, what a shot!
They beat Navy at the Roof on February 17th and ran the table, going 5-0 to finish the regular season. It didn't end there. They sunk Navy in the Patriot League quarterfinals at the Roof, 70-61.
There's Roy again.
It was a great game. Our guys really stepped up. Guys were really ready for the moment. And we played a great game on both sides of the ball.
The Terriers never trailed in this one, and strong off-the-bench contributions from senior Anthony Morales and sophomore Otto Landrum were key in securing the victory. The Terriers advanced to the Patriot League semifinals, hosting Lehigh at the Roof.
Morales again, this time from the right sideline.
Anthony Morales dropped a career-high 27 points on the Mountain Hawks.
All preseason, we kind of knew that he was going to be our guy, at least offensively. We were going to be able to turn to him, and he helped out a lot, big time.
Miles Brewster hit a free throw with just seconds left in regulation to force overtime.
To Kai for 3.
Kyrone Alexander, who shined as a freshman this season, was also in double figures, finishing with 18 points.
Very rarely do you have a freshman come in and play with that level of intensity. He's just a really good all-around player, and really a guy that I think you can build around in terms of what he brings to the table as a competitor.
Lehigh pulled out a come-from-behind win, ending the Terriers season.
We kind of set the standard this year that we do belong there. We have the right guys, the right coaches to kind of push each other to get to that level. So I think we're all looking forward to the opportunities ahead.
The women's hoop team was searching for the program's first Patriot League championship and were led all season by All-Patriot League senior Caitlin Weimer and junior Alex Giannaros. Weimer became the first Terrier in program history to be named Patriot League Player of the Year, averaging over 18 points per game. Weimer's offensive numbers were only part of the story. She was also named Defensive Player of the Year.
Playing with somebody like that is really awesome. Just learning from her, taking things that she's teaching everyone and using them and kind of building off what she's done here.
Junior Alex Giannaros had a career-best 14 points per game and was ranked 16th in the nation in three-point percentage.
I mean, Alex is a huge part of our team. She's a big leader for us. Talk to her about anything. Her IQ is off the charts, so she helps a lot in that aspect.
Giannaros into the paint, puts the layup of her own.
After beating Army in the Patriot League quarterfinals, it was on to Colgate for the semifinals. The Terriers were dominating, led once again by Weimer, who poured in 26 points, and Giannaros, who added 14, along with 4 steals. Then it was off to Worcester to face Holy Cross in a rematch of last year's Patriot League championship game. Despite a 21-point effort by junior Alex Giannaros and 17 points from freshman Ava Gormley, BU was unable to overcome the top-ranked Crusaders, falling 61-55, ending a memorable season.
Our team's going to have a lot of fight in us next year to make sure we get back to the tournament again. Hopefully next year we can come out with the win.
That's all the time we have for this episode. We'll be back with more exciting stories on the next jam-packed episode of BU Terriers Unleashed.